Angela here at IdeaBuddy. Thank you for joining me today. In this beginner's tutorial, I'm going to walk you through everything you need to know to get started in IdeaBuddy. Now, I'm sure you know by now that IdeaBuddy is a great tool to help you move your business ideas, big business ideas, into great business plans. It breaks down the business planning process into simple, practical steps so that you can develop and test your business solutions. So let's get started. First, I will walk you through how to get signed in and set up. Next, I will show you around the idea plan where we'll build out the basic structure of your idea, your business model. After that, we will pop over to the business guide where we will add in more details about your idea and put in all the nitty-gritty work. As we do this, your financial plan and your business plan will fill out automatically. Next, I will show you how your financial plan works to show you if your idea is viable or not. Is this a good idea? Next, I will show you how you can customize and export your business plan so you can share it with those who might want to partner with you moving forward. Finally, I will show you the basics of our collaboration features that allow you to work with others on your idea. Once you're on IdeaBuddy.com, you can take advantage of your free trial. So just click right here on Start Your Free Trial. On this page, you can enter your email, choose a password, and click on Start My Free Trial. If you prefer, you can sign in using your Google, Facebook, or LinkedIn account. Next, a welcome page will pop up, and here you can set up your profile. You can do this by adding a photo, adding your name, filling out these bits of information, and telling us about you. And this will be especially useful when you use our sharing and collaboration features later. So this is where you're going to choose the type of idea that you want to work on. Now, IdeaBuddy is set up to help you with your idea in a specific way. So there's customized templates that you can edit, that you can work with, and guides that will lead you through the business planning process, but it's based on your specific industry, on your specific business idea. So as you choose right now an idea, it's really going to tailor your experience throughout IdeaBuddy and make it more intuitive and more fun for you. So whatever business idea you select, whether it's a startup, a product or service, whether you're planning a project or event, or you just want to play around with IdeaBuddy, and you can always come back and change this later, but choosing one helps you connect to the part of IdeaBuddy that will guide you specifically through what you're dreaming of. So now that you've chosen the type of idea that you have, the business that you want to plan for, this screen will pop up, and you'll see over here what we call our idea catalog. Now, there's so many great ideas already preloaded into IdeaBuddy. I'm sure you're going to find something that's very close to what you want to do. If not, let us know. We're constantly adding and improving this catalog. So for me, in this tutorial, I want to show you how to start a tech startup. So I'm going to click right here on the template. Now, the ones that say template are great because they are specifically tailored to help you with this specific business. And it's just going to help you go right through it. It's going to be so fun. So let's get started. This prompt will pop up and ask you to confirm your choice. And I'm going to answer yes. I want to use this template to plan for my tech startup. So here you're going to add in some important information about your business idea. So you can add in the name of your tech idea, your company. You can add in a slogan. You can put in a logo. Let us know where you're from, what currency you want to use, and choose a planning period, 1 to 5 years. Now this is where the magic begins. This is where your idea comes to life. It takes form. And it starts with the idea plan. It starts here with what is your business model? And here you can define how you're going to create value, who are your customers, what problem you're trying to solve, how money is going to come in and out. And we're going to talk about this more in a minute. And once you have that established, once you have established how your idea is going to work, then you can go to the business guide. Now, the business guide, we like to call it story mode because really it's a fun walk through your business planning journey. And it's going to start you at the very beginning and work your way through everything you need to think about to get started. As you fill out the business guide, the financial plan automatically fills out, and also your business plan if you have the upgrade. Now, validation is coming soon, which is so exciting because this is where you can really test and see if your ideas are viable, if they're good, if they're going to work. So you might be coming to the business planning process at zeros. You may have no business background. That's okay. We're going to help you through it. We're going to take you by the hand and walk you through everything. However, you might have already worked on this idea some, or maybe you're just pivoting within a business that you already have. The nice thing about this is that it's flexible. You could start with the idea plan, which is your basic business model, your business canvas that you can work from, or you could just jump right into the business guide or right into the financial plan. This is something that is very, very flexible, and it meets you where you're at. So let's go ahead and start with the idea plan. Here in the idea plan, you can really work out and develop your business idea. This is where you're going to work out the core concepts of your business model. You're going to ask yourself, why? What is the problem I am trying to solve? And who am I trying to solve it for? Who are my customers? Who are my clients? And what is the solution that I am going to provide them? And once you have these core concepts, you're going to know how you're going to create value, with what are you going to create value, who are you creating it for. And this is going to help you work out the internal and the external factors of your business. It's going to help you know who you need to invite in, what kind of team do you need, who are your key partners. And also it's going to help you, you're going to have to think through, how am I going to make money? Maybe it's a good idea, or it sounds like a good idea, but if I can't make money, then it's not a viable business. So you have to ask yourself, where am I going to get money to start? How much is it going to cost me to start? How am I going to make money? How is it going to come in? And what money do I have to spend in order to sell this product or service? So really, IdeaBuddy just gives you an overall look at your business plan. And the nice thing about IdeaBuddy is that you have the opportunity to make all these different sticky notes. And you can add more sticky notes by clicking the plus sign here, or you can edit them by clicking this little pencil. And so you can say here, Angela's language app, right? And I can change that. If I'm feeling like I need to categorize it for some reason, I can change the color, I save it, and say I want to move it into another box. Like if I'm wrestling with my idea and I want to try a different thing, I can just click it over here, drag and drop it. I can put it back, I can delete it. It's really flexible. And when I get to a place that I'm happy with it and I want to share it with someone, or maybe I'm stuck and I need some advice, I can click this button over here and I can export it by either sending a link or exporting it as a PDF and send it to a friend and say, hey, what do you think about my business model idea? And once you feel good about your idea plan, that's when you can come over here to the business guide and get into the nitty-gritty details of your business plan. Okay, so once your business guide pops up, you're going to notice all of these areas that you get to dive into right away. And as I said before, we love to see this as your startup story, so each one of these is a chapter in your adventure. You can navigate between each chapter by just rolling over and clicking on whatever section you wish to work on. You don't have to do it in order. You can do it however you like. You can jump around if you want, or you can go step by step. For example, if we want to start here, we can go step by step through the whole thing by clicking on the next button. So remember, as you go through these steps, if you have any doubts at all, or if you aren't sure what something means, or you just want to brush up on your business skills, you can always click on the IdeaBuddy guides. Now these guides are industry specific. They're based on the template that you chose, the kind of business that you chose, and it just helps you with that little extra support that you might need moving forward. It helps you think of things you might not have thought of, and it just gives you guidance along your business planning path. Also, you will see here at the bottom of each section that there's a place where you can write notes, and there's a few tips for you as well. Just click on the plus mark and you'll see it expand. And here you can write whatever you like, and there's a lot of flexibility here. And then also there's a few extra things that you might not have thought about, a few tips and tricks of business trade that are directly related to this section and to your industry. Once you've completed a section in IdeaBuddy, you can change the status of this section from in progress to completed. Now what this does is it locks down this section and sends it directly to your business plan. It's ready to go, and it goes into that impressive business plan that we're going to see in a few minutes. And if you want to edit this area again, that's no problem. Just come back, click in progress, edit it some more, click completed, and then go to your business plan. Now, as you work through the business guide, you will solidify your business concept. You're going to dive into market research. You're going to look at what it will take to get set up. You'll build out your financial projections, and coming soon, you will be able to validate your concept and get recommendations for improvement. So let's start here with concept, idea. Here in the idea section, you will take a moment just to describe in more detail the problem that you wish to solve and what solution you are going to bring to that pain point. Now, this is where you really build out your value proposition, which is foundational to your business plan. Now, let's look at the product section. Here, you will identify your unique selling proposition. Now, this is what sets you apart from the competition. What makes you special? What makes you different? Then you will build out your product and service portfolio. What are those products and services that you plan to bring into the market? These are the specific solutions that you plan to bring to your customer. Let's take a look at the promotion section. Now, we all know that our products and services don't sell themselves. We have to help the customer become aware that we exist, right? So here we list out all of our promotional activities, all the different ways that we plan to connect to the customer and let them know we're here, we exist, we're bringing a solution into your life. Here in the distribution section, I define all of my distribution channels. This is where I define and describe all the ways that I plan on getting my product or service into the hands of the people who want and need it. In my case, for my language learning app, this includes anywhere apps are sold. Now, let's look at our key partners. Now here you will identify and describe the key partners you will need to collaborate with for your business to be a success. For example, in my case, I may be good at business, but I'm not very good at coding. I definitely will need to hire or contract a software developer along the way. Now, let's go back to the business guide and let's look at research. The research chapter helps you narrow in on the market in which your product or service will exist. First, you'll examine your market size. How far and wide will your product or service be sold? You will determine if it belongs to a growing market. If it doesn't, you may need to rethink your strategy. Next, let's look at our customer section. Without a clear understanding of our customers, our business plan will miss the mark. After all, we are bringing a solution to a problem that they have. Here, IdeaBuddy will help you build out all of your customer profiles and help you prioritize them. Now, let's look at our competitors. You will need to identify those that you share your market with. This is important because you need to be able to determine the level of threat they might be to your idea and ultimately to your success. Now let's take a look at the SWOT analysis. Not only do we want to know and understand our competitors, but we also need to know and understand ourselves. The SWOT analysis helps us take a 360-degree view of our situation. We can know what our internal strengths and weaknesses are. We can also take notice of our external opportunities and threats. Let's take a look at your market potential. This is where you will calculate your detailed market potential by using the TAM-SAM SOM technique, and this is one of the most important steps in the process. The last thing you want to do is to bring a big idea into a tiny market, and paying close attention to this step will protect you from making this kind of a mistake. Now let's move on to the setup section. Here you will determine everything you need to launch your idea. This starts with your startup costs. Now, the startup costs are those initial expenses you will need to make in order to actually launch your business. And you can ask yourself, what kind of equipment do I need? Do I need inventory? Will I need permits? And you can add all of these here. And as you do so, they will automatically be added into the financial plan. And you need to ask yourself, where am I going to get all of this money? And that's where we head over to the financing section. In the financing section, you will determine where you are going to get the money that you need to cover your startup costs. This might come from your savings or from a bank loan. And there's a lot of financing options, and here you can add them in and you can manage them right here, and all of this will go directly into your financial plan. It's important to set up your management team. You will need to get the right people around you, and here you can create the profiles that you need where you can bring together a diverse group with lots of different experience and skills that complement one another. And even if you're starting out on your own, it's good to add yourself in and reflect on your own abilities. Here in staff and payroll, you will calculate the costs and salaries of your entire team. This includes contractors, employees, your management team. And as you add them in here, all of these expenses will be added into your financial plan as you go. Here in the projections chapter, you will dig into more of the details of your pro forma or financial projections. Let's start with revenue streams. Here you'll project your sales. You're going to want to nail down realistic projections customized to your revenue model. So you may make money through billable hours or unit sales, subscriptions. You can define all of that here, and you can tie it directly to your market potential. Of course, the amazing thing about IdeaBuddy is that as you add in your revenue, it will be automatically added into your financial plan. Everything is automated. All of these calculators are connected to one another, and it's doing all the hard, boring work for you. Let's take a look at the direct costs. Direct cost, or the cost of sales, are the costs tied directly to the product or service itself. So this may be material cost or the labor it takes to create or make something. Whatever is tied directly to what you're introducing into the market, this is your direct cost. The marketing budget are those monthly marketing expenses that are tied to the promotional activities that you defined here in the concept chapter. So you're really just going to tie a cost to those things. You've already determined what they are, and you just need to say how much they're going to cost so they can be considered in the financial plan. Next, let's take a look at other overheads. So your other overheads are all of those things that are tied to your day-to-day operations, all of the boring stuff, right? Like rent and internet bills, telephone bills, utilities, but all of them need to be considered. And once you've added them in here, they will be added automatically into your financial plan. Now, here in profit and cash flow in this projections chapter is where it really starts to get excited. You've added in a lot of information, and you're going to be able to tell if your business is going to be viable or not. You're going to look at your profit and loss report. You could look at your cash flow. You can look at a detailed summary of it all, and you can add in all little details that you need to here. As we've been working through all of these sections, we've seen the power behind IdeaBuddy. I feel like it especially shines when it comes to the financial part of the business planning process. For me, this can be the most intimidating part of the whole thing. But IdeaBuddy has made it simple. They've made it intuitive, and may I dare say fun. Let's take a look. Once you're inside the financial plan, you will see that there's a profit and loss statement, your cash flow projections, all the other KPIs you need to be confident about the future of your business. So you can really navigate through all of this. You can look specifically at your revenue, how much money is coming in over time. You can get a summary. You can look at your expenses very specifically. You can look up your startup costs, your payroll expenses, your direct costs, marketing costs, other overheads, and of course your total costs. Here you can look at a timeline of those costs and look at a detailed summary. So how are you going to cover those expenses? Through financing. So you'll look at your financing sources. You can see it all here in one place. And of course, you can look at your cash flow from the financing activities, which would change here if it was a little bit different each month. And you can program all of that in the business guide. And then of course, you can look at your financing summary in detail. Every little detail is there. And you can look at it over time, monthly, quarterly, yearly. Of course, you have your profit and loss statement and your cash flow projection here. If you want to add a financial item to your plan, that's no problem. You don't have to go back to the business guide. You can just go ahead and click right here and choose what kind of financial item you want to add. You would be able to open it, fill it out, add it in without a problem. And once you're feeling good about your financial projections, about everything, and you want to share it with someone, you can go ahead and click right here, and you can export it as a PDF or a Word document, or you can share it as an interactive link. The goal is to really get both high-level and detailed views of your financials so you can identify problem areas or identify particularly profitable revenue models. Information is power, and so you can pour over all of this data and make informed decisions. That's the point of business planning. And there's so much safety in this and knowing as you move forward where you're going to spend money and how it's going to come in. So we've officially walked through the idea plan, we've finished the business guide, we've looked at the financial plan, and now we're ready to set up and export our business plan. Now before I move on, there's one thing I want you to do. Give yourself a pat on the back. You did it. You made a business plan. People spend years and years learning to do what you just did. IdeaBuddy makes business planning accessible, but it works with you and with your ideas. It's your genius. So you should be proud of yourself. So give yourself that pat on the back, and then let's go set up and export your business plan. So when you're ready to set up and export your business plan, you will want to make sure that in the business guide at the bottom of every section, the completion status is moved from in progress to completed. Once this is done, each section will be locked down and sent over to the business plan. On the right hand of the screen, you can choose what business plan sections you would like to include in your business plan just by toggling these buttons here. You can turn them on or off. You can also change their order. And then in the business plan itself, there's also a great deal of flexibility. So you can change here. You can add in a logo, change the picture. You can add in your executive summary. You just want to go over and look at all of these pages. You can change the titles if you don't want to call it your marketing plan, if you want to call it promotional costs, or if you want to edit here. Once you've decided on what business plan sections you would like to include in your business plan, and once you have them in the order that you want them, once you've made all the edits that you would like here in the business plan section, you're ready to export. So if you click right here on export, it gives you the option to export as a PDF or as a Word document. If you would like to share as a link, just click on share. And here you'll find a link that you can copy and paste in an email or send it to a friend or anyone that you would like to take a look at your business plan. So now that we've completed and exported our business plan, I want to show you the idea collection. Now this is where all of your ideas are kept in one safe place. These are all of my ideas that I'm working on right now. Now they're not all completed. In fact, some of them are just barely started, but that's the beauty of IdeaBuddy is you can just get down your ideas and work them out over time. Now these are all my ideas and they're mine and they're safe here and no one can see them. But IdeaBuddy does have a great collaboration feature, and this means that I can invite someone in to either look at my business planning process as a guest or be a buddy and actually be invited to make changes to my business plan. So if you invite someone as a guest, they can look at your work and they can export it and share it, but they won't be able to make any changes either to your work or to your account or any of your payment details. But you can also invite someone as a buddy. Now this is someone that you're really going to collaborate with, someone that you trust to edit, to copy, to export, to share your idea. But of course they can't get into your account settings and they can't change your payment details. So this is really just someone that you want to collaborate on a project, on an idea with. Now let's look at the shared with me section. In my case, I have one person who has shared with me their idea. See these little eyes here? It looks like I'm a guest, so I could go in and I can view their work and I can look at it so later we can talk about it together. So one way that this collaboration feature is also very helpful is if you're an instructor or a teacher and you're trying to teach business and you've created a template for a student project, what you could do is copy this, create a copy, yes, and share this copy with a student. Then you can follow their progress throughout, or they can export business plans as they go, even when they're halfway done, and you can grade those, you can look at those. It's a great tool for business instruction. This walkthrough is coming to an end. Thank you for joining us, and if you've made it through the whole thing, then you're ready to bring your idea to life. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to reach out to us on IdeaBuddy.com.